The next international engagement in Africa is going to be the Rugby Regional Sevens Championship, which is going to be in September, right? Okay, how prepared are you for that?
Well, we agreed on giving the guys a bit of a break. To be honest with you, traveling was a bit heavy on the boys. Being on the road for 2 days, and then obviously they have to get back to the local clubs and so forth. So we decided to give them this week's break, and then also not to play this weekend. So hopefully starting Monday, I will start with the boys already in camp, just invited a few boys, so we can, especially in Lagos, just to work on the skill sets and the bigger plans. But I'm sure, to be honest with you, I'm sure that that we're gonna go hard for Ivory Coast. Sevens, I think sevens is more of my strong point, and I'm really looking to make a massive impact there. If you look how the game grew, and I apologize for every time mentioning the previous teams that I worked with, but how the sevens brought attention to Kenya's 15s that they now possibly can qualify for the World Cup, for the 2019 World Cup. So, but the sevens created that opportunity. The players were exposed to a much bigger audience, to better competition, and that just rolled over to the 15. So that is what I would like to do with this team.
All right. All right. Let me go to you again, Williams. Talk about some of the domestic problems. We're pressed for time though, but in a few minutes, I know you have a lot of programs listed. Every time you come here, you tell us about some of the things you're doing. So can you quickly talk about some of those programs?
Firstly, this September, we're going to have the rugby featuring at the National Youth Games, which is coming up in Ilorin, and that's going to be under 15s for both boys and girls. Thereafter, before then, we're going to round up the 15-a-side rugby league. We have the leagues in 4 regions: the Lagos, the Southeast, the North Central, and the Northwest. So the 4 zones hopefully will conclude their leagues, and then we can now have a national league finals. Then we also have our flagship program, which is the Independence Rugby Sevens. And this year we're going to be having 3 international teams coming through. Okay. And,
what's the format?
Sorry?
The format.
The format. Yeah. It's a 7-a-side, and it's going to be 12 teams. All right. And then we're also going to have the female. I know Sissy is going to talk about that. Yeah, the female are actually going to feature as well this year. They did last year. But this year is actually going to be a tournament form where at least 4 teams will be featuring. And then the under 18 as well will be there as well. Then remember, this year is actually our 20th anniversary. We will be celebrating that. Okay. And we're looking forward to as much patronage from well-wishers and well-meaning companies.
Lovers of the game.
Yeah, to come behind rugby. This is where you actually will put in very little and you get serious mileage, thanks to Channels Television.
Okay, you're talking about serious mileage and all that. You talked about the Lagos Rugby League and everything, and he actually explained earlier a situation whereby you have clubs actually training once in a week, which is really not good. How can we make it bigger? Because if you really want to grow the game in Nigeria, we know we need to have a league. I mean, I'm talking about a national league. Is that really achievable?
Definitely. Everything boils down to funding. Okay. Take, for instance, we have the Lagos Rugby League, which has 8 clubs in it. Already there are like 3 clubs wanting to join the same Lagos Rugby League. Now the funding is the issue. Once we can get more funding, we won't be playing one match, in 3 weeks, kind of thing. We will probably be playing every fortnight kind of thing. Right. And the more matches you play, the better our players.
Let me ask you something.
If I can add quickly to that. Quickly.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Also, if you look at the back pages of the tabloids, it's soccer, 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 soccer.
All the time.
You guys need to squeeze us in there some way. even if it's a small little section, but you need to squeeze us in there. There's 180 million Nigerians, but we have less than 30 clubs in this country. We need to push rugby.
Yeah. Surely, with some of these events, you get some coverage. Yeah. But
not between among the soccer where the main headlines are. We need to get in there.
You want the front page, right?
We need to get there.
Space. Yeah, we'll definitely do that. That's why I'm asking about the National League, because we were talking about the NPFL. That was the football league and all that. Whenever there's a suspension, we feel the impact. But if you have a national league and you're playing week in, week out, there is no way we'll not talk about it. But at the time, it's just once in a month. You're like, okay, before you play the next game, it's going to be the next month. So it's always difficult to follow. because you need to call those. I mean, we usually call him, when are you guys playing again? It shouldn't be like that. There should be a program. If you have a proper program that you follow, so it's easier for the media to actually follow it and, you know, get the news out there. But when you have to be the one seeking for it and asking questions, it's kind of difficult.
Let's keep seeking for now.
Okay, let's keep seeking, right?
We will change very soon for better.
I want to get a parting shot from you. A lot of people see you on the streets. They asked about rugby. A lot of things people say, but I asked him the last time he was here, and now you're a coach. I know you're probably going to give me the same answer. What are the specifics for a rugby player? Tall, bulky. I mean, what? And the risk involved, is it exaggerated?
No. Rugby is a game for everybody. All shapes and sizes.
All shapes and sizes?
All shapes and
Tall,
sizes,
short.
even for women.
Yeah.
Skinny?
Even for women. It depends what you want to achieve as a team.
Okay.
If you want to play like Fiji, go live in Fiji. We are Nigerians, so we're going to have to play like Nigerians. All right? What we have available, we do the best we can with it.
All right, you feel the risks are exaggerated as well in the game?
Well, I can walk down the stairs and break my neck as well, so.
It doesn't have to be.
You can play an individual game and break your legs.
Precisely.
So there's risk in every sport.
In every sport, even.
The thing is that we actually prepare ourselves to take care of this risk. And that's why before you actually get to start any rugby game, you know, you have
Safety measures.
safety, medical, you know, and make sure that the players you put onto the pitch are actually well trained.
All right. Guys, I want to thank you for your time on the show today. We really appreciate your coming. Wish you all the best in all the things that you're trying to do for rugby.
Thank you very much for having us.
All right, we need to go on a break now. When we return, there's still so much for you on Sports This Morning. Join us again.